Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tosin for those that are new here, and today's video, as you can see from the title, I'm going to be talking to you YouTubers or to influencers or just anyone within this sphere. You just started your YouTube career, or you've started for a while, you started getting, like, would I say, endorsements from brands have started reaching out to you, you started reviewing hair, even just normal products, clothes. People have started emailing you, you have your own, maybe say, media kits, and when they ask you for your rates, you send out. This video is for you. And I know that I barely do videos about, YouTube or even anything concerning that, because obviously I'm not a guru. But then I just thought to make this video because for my own personal experience. Now I was going to do this video in another way. I was going to talk about my not too pleasant experience that I had with a brand, but I didn't want it to be like as if I was calling them out, because it's not really my style. I don't call out people, I don't do it. But I just thought to make this video but in more of an educative way, so you guys don't think when things like this arise, you're able to handle it very well. So if you'd like to know more, definitely keep watching. So as you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about contracts, why you need a contract, simple contract, nothing too bogus, why you need a contract as a YouTuber, as a small YouTuber, why you need to spell out your terms and conditions, why you don't need to leave anything to chance, no matter how big or small the brand is, either the person being a friend or not a friend. The reason is a lot of brands have unrealistic expectations, and sometimes even you as YouTubers, you do a shoddy job. Do you get what I mean? So I'm going to look at it both ends. But background story why I'm doing this video. So a couple of months ago, a brand reached out to me on Instagram. No, actually, sent me a mail first, and they said, "Oh, to follow my Instagram." Now, this is an American brand with their headquarters in China. It's a clothing company. If I say the name, you guys will probably know the brand. It's like one of the largest clothing companies. Like, it's as large as large. I'm not going to say the name because I'm going to start giving tips. But they are based in the US. Their office, the shipping is the US, but their production is in China, I think. So they reached out to me. They were like, "Oh, they see my post. You guys know I do this like style Sunday post that I share. Like, I've probably maybe only posted like 10 times. I used to do a lot in the past, but then I stopped. And they like to send me some clothes. Like, they like my style. Obviously, you guys know my style. Like, when it comes to like, dressing fancy, I usually just do midi dresses. And that's really what I do. I'm not too experimental with style. And they want to send me some clothes. They sounded like it wasn't a generic mail. Like, that actually looked at my YouTube. They even embedded the link to one of my YouTube videos. And I thought, okay, interesting. And they were like, they want to send me some clothes, and they'd really love me to review them, and all they just wanted was for me to do one Instagram post and one video, and I thought that was reasonable. Now, the first email they sent didn't have any financial remuneration, so I mailed them back and I said, "Well, thank you so much for the opportunity." The person that mailed me, so let's say the person's name was, let me say, Jenny, so Jenny from the brand's name, right? So I replied and I'm like, "Oh, thank you, Jenny, so much for the consideration and the opportunity," which I normally say, "I'd like to know if there's any financial remuneration for this, endorsement, or for this collaboration, if that's the better word." And she replied and she was like, "Usually no, what they just do is you're able to pick any clothes you want within a specific amount. So if they say they give you $1,000 to shop on their websites, for instance, that's how much they pay, and then it's up to you to give a review." And I'm like, no, the Lord has elevated me from that. I don't do that kind of partnership. I don't work with brands and I exchange for what? For clothes. I have a lot of clothes. I've not even finished wearing them. So I was like, red flag number one. I'm not working with this brand. So I mailed them back and I said, "No, unfortunately, I don't accept collaborations that do not have any financial remuneration, especially if it's for a brand. I don't see any mutually beneficial relationship. It's not like you're sending me an iMac or you're sending me a new camera for me to have an experience. No, even as at that, I hope that God will take me to the point that even when you're sending me gadgets, you still need to pay, because I'm able to buy that by myself." But it wasn't like the items were extremely expensive or they were luxury items or clothes. These are clothes that were like maybe $30, $40, pick 10. No. So I mailed them back and I sent my rate card and we came to an agreement eventually. So they sent me a mail after they had agreed to the proposal that I gave them, and they told me, and then they're like, "Oh, thank you so much, we have shipped out your, no, please kindly send me your billing details, right? And then take a look at this, please kindly look below our guidelines for you working with us." And which is normal. Every brand sends their guidelines. So maybe they don't want you to use profane words. They need you to post within maybe say 14 days of receiving the item or 21 days of receiving the item. They like you to use specific hashtags. So these are the things that we said. But I noticed that, let me say number 6 or number 7, the review cannot in any way be negative. Like not even like you cannot even say maybe, oh, this clothes is nice, but I feel the fabric is cheaper. No, you can't say anything that is negative. And they also said, what else did they say that I knew that I was like, these ones, they don't know who they're dealing with. Something about the video must be on my channel forever and also on my Instagram forever. Like I cannot delete the posts. I cannot, and I'm like, no, it's my prerogative. I can delete the post where I want to. If I don't want to delete it, I will not delete it. And I don't think you're paying me enough. Like Instagram can crash tomorrow, yes, but pending time that is there, I can decide to delete the post after 4 months. Like I don't want people to know that I work with Brown. I don't just want the picture on my page. So I was like, no, no one has that right. Doesn't mean that I was going to delete the picture. I don't think I've ever deleted any collaboration that I've done. I've never done that. I think that's a bit petty. But what if the brand maybe represents something tomorrow that I don't identify with? I want to delete it because I don't want to direct people to a platform where I don't agree with their values. So those two things were the red flags for me. So I was like, no. So I mailed them back and I said, oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Until I receive the clothes, until I, you know, wear them, I will let you know I will let you know my review. However, please note that my reviews would definitely be 100% reflection of my own experience with the clothes. And she was like, oh, I thoroughly understand, but do you understand that this is a promotion? Obviously no one is going to pay you for you to bash their brand. So I did understand from that point. I said, you know, we'll just send the clothes first. As soon as we were done with the mail, they're like, oh, please send your address and everything. I send them my address. Now I usually have a YouTube, like a partnership form, which I send to every brand that I work with, and they need to append their signature, or at least they need to acknowledge that they have understood the terms and conditions. It's not, as I said, it's nothing because it's just that my reviews are going to be very honest. I reserve the right to, you know, return the items if there are things that I do not want, and you're going to bear the costs. I also, let me say, like, you sent me the wrong items. I'm not going to send it back to you with my own money, you know. You're going to take it, I'm going to send it back to you, you're going to pay me. If there's any customs duties, charges, in maybe international brands, you will pay for that. I remember that I worked with this fabulous brand. I'm even going to call their name because they were so nice to work with. Irresistible Me. I work like with them on their curling irons, their curling tubes, which I did a review on my channel. Because it came from the US, there was customs charge and it was quite expensive. And I just mailed them, and obviously because of the terms of agreement on my contract, they were able to reimburse me that figure. So I paid with my money, but I sent them the receipts, and then they refunded me by PayPal. So that was very easy. So those are kind of things that are on my own contract. So fast forward, as soon as I sent my address, they sent me a mail saying, thank you so much. Literally the next day, we've created an order for you. Pick your items. Oh, sorry, I skipped. So they asked me to pick the items on their website. And I went on their website, like, I'd read reviews. A lot of the reviews on the website itself was good. And I was like, okay, they had really beautiful clothes. Their models were, that's why I feel like they use models that have figure eights. Like, their models were gorgeous. The clothes looked so good. I went on their Instagram. They actually had live videos of the model actually, you know, trying the clothes and them taking pictures, like, you know, when you're doing like behind the scenes shit. And I thought, this is quite good. Something just said to us, and go on Google and Google this brand. So I went on Google and I Googled the brand, and negative reviews. Oh, the fabric is bad quality, the items came, they got my sizing wrong, the sizes was too big regardless of me following the size chart. And I was like, how come the reviews on the website are then good? But then I remember that I also have an e-commerce website, and then you as the admin of the website can actually delete comments. So no matter if someone goes on your website and becomes a keyboard warrior and types, you can actually delete the comments. So that's the one jurisdiction that as a developer you're able to do. Yeah, delete comments. So I just thought, you know what, benefit of doubt, you know what, sometimes, like, as a business owner, you're not going to be able to please everyone. That passed. And then I picked the clothes. I picked like a couple of, I'm not going to say the specific amount of items, but it wasn't little, it was quite a lot of items. I picked all the items, I sent them to them. She replied me the mail, like, let me say out of 10 items now, assuming out of 10 items, only one was available. I'm like, how can you give me a link? I choose 10 items and only one is available. I did not say anything. I said, okay. I picked another, let me say another 10. They said maybe only 3 was available. I'm like, you know what? Just send me anything you want to send me. This is my size. You use your discretion. Since you say you know my style. They were like, oh no, would really like you to choose what you want, you know, so that they will not impose. So I picked a few dresses and I picked tops, and I said, you know what, this is what I'm going to pick instead. So they're like, okay, cool. All of this are in stock. We'll get it ready to you. The next day, they sent me a mail very early in the morning that they had created an order. They put in my shipping code, everything, like they dispatched the item. So now we're in March. This thing happened over Christmas, like literally a week to Christmas, or yeah, just a week to Christmas. And I was like, there was dispatched. Now, so I sent an email. I'm like, you do realize that these are busy periods. Like, you I'm not going to remember that we had an agreement that the video should be published within 14 or 21 days. Do you get? So please note that this is Christmas period. I may get it later than when you shipped it, so I don't want anyone there to be any miscommunication. She was like, oh, that they understand that you will get that to me on time. Lo and behold, this item came literally a day before Christmas. So I was like, oh, okay, right on time. They came. I didn't even open the bag, to be honest. As soon as they just brought it, because you guys know I do YouTube. Like these days, I get a lot of parcels, so I try to do it according to the brand that I worked with first. So I'm not gonna, no matter how excited I am work with your brand, I'm not gonna do your video before another brand that I've received payment for or we've made an agreement on. So I just kept the clothes by the side. Thank God I didn't open it. And then I just kept the clothes by the side, and then that was it. So like during the new year, so this is, let me say, like a week after I received it, I just said, you know what, let me, film this video. So I opened the bag. You guys, let's say I received, we're using fictitiously now 10 items. 9 were bad quality. Like the fabric was so flimsy. Now these clothes were aesthetically pleasing, but as soon as I took it out of the bag, I'm like, panty lele now. Like panty means like this is just flimsy. All the clothes were flimsy, or literally it was just one that was decent. And I'm like, I was like, okay, maybe it's because of the fabric, maybe it's lycra, maybe it's just me. I'm like, how come it looks this good on the model? But I noticed that with the models, it's actually the same outfit. But when you use a professional camera to take a picture and with all the editing and lighting, a cloth can look thicker than it actually is in real life. I was like, that's fine. I said, let me just try the clothes anyway. A cloth can have, or an outfit can have bad quality, but then it has really good fitting, if that makes any sense. So I tried on the clothes. Everything was lit. Look guys, look at me. I'm a size 8-10. Like my top part I can fit into an 8, my bottom is a 10 because I have hips. Everything was literally like size 14, and I followed the sizing guide. I even told them, I said, make sure I'm a UK size 10. That's what I told them, because worst case scenario, better for it to be too big, I would just slim fit it a bit, or I can still style in a way that even if it's big, it would just be like shift dresses. Everything was massive. It was like they made clothes for like a size 14 person. Only one fit good. I'm not gonna take that away from them. That one fit, it was snug. It was really pretty. So I sent them a mail. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I received the clothes today. However, every single one of them is big. Just one was nicely fitted. That I don't want to make a video in such a way that it would look horrible, like on camera, and my countenance to show that I don't like what I'm wearing. That is that something that can be done about it. And you guys not have a sewing machine. And then I proposed, I said, you know what, I can try to, amend them and see. Maybe in about a week I'll make time and try to slim fit it myself and see if they could still work. And she replied, she's like, no empathy. Like when you send someone a mail and they reply without acknowledging what you said. So ideally I assume that she would have given me a response like the lady, I assume the person is a she because the name is feminine. The response will be like, oh, I'm really sorry about the sizing. It should have been, I'm really sorry about the sizing. Okay, please feel free to amend them. Do let us know how much longer you would need, to fix them, and when we expect the video. Thank you so much for whatever, and then cheers. This lady replied and said, so when will the video be ready? I was like, so I replied, I'm like, okay, that's fine. I said, I'm not sure at this moment. Once I have the clothes, but I guarantee you that it will not take longer than a month for the video. It's 30 days. So literally about 3. I know I won't take that long, like if I slim fitted the clothes. It doesn't take me more than 2 days to do that. And I just wanted to extend the 14 days to about 21 days that we agreed on initially. That it would take me a little bit of time. I need to amend the clothes and then I'll get back to them. She said, okay. Literally, guys, 3 days later, she sends me a mail. She says, just checking on if the video is now up. And I'm like, is this one delusional? Didn't you read the mail trail? So I now I replied and I said, hi, not sure if you read my previous mail. However, the clothes you sent to me are ill-fitting. Now I was getting a little bit irritable, but as a Christian, patience is a virtue. So I was like, you know what? I'm not sure you read my previous mail, but all the clothes you sent to me were ill-fitting and I still need time to take care of them. And I literally mailed you 2 nights ago. So I'm not sure if you got that. They didn't respond. So it's like as if God was just protecting me. So one day I was like, you know what, let me take my time and slim fit this clothes. But something happened that day. I think maybe I came on my period, I was feeling sick, so I couldn't do the clothes. So this was, let me say, a week after I had the last communication I had with them. I was going to do it the following week, but then I became ill, so I couldn't. These people now sent me a mail. Like, I'm not even joking, with maybe 4 a.m. in the morning. So I'm assuming maybe this was their Asian correspondence. If you guys see the epistle they sent to me, not even hello Tosin. We have been ridiculously patient with you in filming this video. However, you haven't, abided to our terms of contract, and we will be forwarding your details to the appropriate legal department because you have failed to keep your end on the bargain. Mind you, I have not received payments. You only receive payment when you've done the job with YouTube. I haven't received payments. But mind you, these people had not returned my contract signed. Mind you, the clothes they sent to me were ill-fitting. Mind you, they had not acknowledged any of my emails properly. When I saw the mail, I laughed so hard. Literally, the summary of the mail was that they were threatening that they were going to sue me because I had not done the video. Literally made me say 14 days after I messaged them that the clothes were bad, right? So I replied and I said, I find this laughable that you're actually, you even have the nerve, to say that you're going to sue me. I said, first of all, you haven't signed my contract. If you had read the contract properly, you would have seen that if those clothes are ill-fitting, I wouldn't be able to do them. First of all, even if I had done this review and I had slim-fitted, I didn't tell them that I slim-fitted clothes. I hadn't slim-fitted the clothes yet. I said, even if the clothes were properly fitted and I had reviewed the clothes, the fabric was bad, and I would have mentioned it in the video that the quality is a bit flimsy, but you get what you pay for. It's like buying something for £10 and expecting heaven. Yeah, like you get what you pay for. I was going to put that disclaimer there, definitely. And the lady now replied and I said, well, it's too late now to salvage the situation. You have not only not done the video, you have gone ahead to amend them so it cannot be returned. Mind you guys, I haven't amended. It cannot be returned. So it's either you pay us the full worth of the clothes or we pursue your legal department. You know what I replied? I said my lawyers will be contacting you. And I said, P.S. the clothes are still in the bags just the way they are. It's like maybe that one that made their heart shake that. This person I'm talking to actually went to school. Another person entirely in the business now, mailed me and said, hello, we got your response. We'd like you to know that we will be issuing, they will send me mailing bags for me to mail the clothes back to them if they were not what I was expecting, that they apologize for the whole scenario and they're sorry about the way the member of the staff communicated to me. Can you come? Just, basic oh, we're sorry, please kindly send back the clothes. And I'm just like, you can have your clothes, but however, I will send them back once you send me the mailing bags. I'm not going to use my own money to mail nothing, and then I'll now be chasing you for PayPal, then you'll now put me on this coming. So that was a really, really I was just thinking so that was one scenario that I just thought to myself that if I wasn't as articulate as I didn't have a mail trail, I wasn't responding, I didn't have a contract, I really would have been put on the bus. I probably would have had to, or if I'd been forward and gone to slim fit the clothes out of, trying to help the brand, I would not only have wasted my time, I would have probably had to pay a huge sum of money back for clothes. I would have had to pay for shipping, maybe back to America, and you guys know how much those things cost, and I would have had to declare the value at the post office, and that would cost more for insurance. So that's what the whole situation was just a charade. Obviously this is an unserious brand, and I hope that they get their act together ASAP before someone more, how would I say, someone ruthless actually calls them out and everything. So that's that. But back to you as a YouTuber, no matter how small your channel is or no matter how big your channel is, you don't want to get too comfortable. Let me tell you something. Once you start doing reviews for 2-3 brands, you start getting them on a daily basis. There are days when I don't take these opportunities for granted. There are days where I wake up and I get 5 emails from different Chinese companies to review here, and I just decline everything because I'm just it's just doing the same thing over and over again. I'm not interested in doing that. And there's sometimes that the offer is really good. They tell you straight up, we're willing to pay you maybe $500 to do this, $400, $300, and we just want you to review our video, film me. They'll even tell, some of them specifically tell you the kind of video that they want, and you're willing to pay for it. And those are good opportunities. But don't get carried away. What if you receive the hair and the hair is bad? What if you receive the hair and the hair, smells? Or what if you never receive the hair? What if you never received the hair? What if maybe someone even used your identity to scam them? Do you understand what I'm saying? And then they think they sent hair to you, but they didn't, and then they are now suing you. So you tell them, did you sign my contract? No, you did not. So why do you think you're dealing with me? So a lot of scenarios that can come up, and just hedge yourself as an influencer. Don't get too excited. Yes, a company may reach out to you. I'm willing to pay you this. Or sometimes they may not even pay. You just think it's a good opportunity. I'm not going to lie to you. When I first started, in quotes, being an influencer, not even YouTube, I've been doing this on my blog days. YouTube is even a different, a new terrain for me with brand deals. When I used to do it then, I've done a lot of free gigs. Not because obviously the people who are my friends. I just felt, you know what, this is a small entrepreneur. They don't have anything to give. All they have is their products. Why not? You know, sometimes you work with your head and sometimes you work with your heart. So that's just one thing I used to rule my life. And you know, I've done a lot of free gigs, and that thing even gives validation to your work. Like imagine, you know, you go into an influencer's platform and you've seen that she's worked with about maybe 100 brands. No one needs to know if she did 30 free. That just shows that, you know, people are actually willing to work with her, and that's good. So as an influencer, you want to create a contract. As I said, this thing is not gibberish. Just sit down and think about every possible scenario, the bad scenarios, the good scenarios. Maybe when someone decides to, okay, let me give you another great example. You work with a brand and they tell you to only do, they pay you just for a YouTube video. And then they start hounding you, telling you that, please, can you send us photos? Hello? We did not agree for pictures. We agreed for a YouTube video. You go on my YouTube channel, watch the video and do screenshots if you really want pictures. Or you go on my YouTube channel and you download the video and you repost. My job is not for you to send you 5 pictures. My job is not to make sure I put it on my Insta story. I don't need to put it on my Insta story. I don't need to put it on my Instagram page. If you want pictures, you should have said it from the beginning. We want 2 clear pictures, different poses, 1 full video, 1 Insta story, and 1 Instagram post. If I post a picture on my Instagram page, it's to promote people to watch my YouTube videos. It's not because I'm doing it for your brand. It's not for your brand to repost. Like, you can do it, I probably will not mind, but it's not like an obligation. That wasn't in our terms of contract. So simple things like that. If you work with a brand and they tell you, okay, like I had a mail the other day that said, a teeth whitening company actually, and they said they think I have good dentition, and I was like, thank you for noticing, and they would like me to work with them on their all these teeth whitening gears that you put in your mouth and you like this, you know, all those packages. And I'm just like, wouldn't you want someone that had like maybe stained teeth so that you could show that your product actually works? But whatever. However, the deal was very lucrative partnership. I cannot work with another teeth whitening company for the next 6 months. And I'm like, are you paying me £5,000? Like, even if another teeth whitening company doesn't come, I'm not going to tie myself to a brand. Like, no. You're probably even fraudulent. Like, for you to need someone that has white teeth to advertise your teeth whitening campaign. Like, no. Why would you advertise, let me say, a wheelchair to a non-disabled person? Like, are you okay? Like, no, that's not going to work. So like scenarios like that, you need to ensure that your contract expressly states what you want, your terms of agreement, your terms of engagement, and also the expectations of the brand. It needs to be spelled out. And even if you're like, maybe you give invoices, put it there. 1 YouTube video not longer than 5 minutes, or 1 YouTube video at my own discretion of time. Even some brands will tell you the videos must not be, and I've worked with some hair brands and they tell me the video shouldn't be more than 5 minutes. And I understand, or shouldn't be less than 5 minutes. And I do understand, like, they want an in-depth video. I've worked with a brand that specifically told me not to show their packaging, that they just wanted me to show how I installed the hair. I've worked with another brand that just told me that they just want an inclusion, like they just want me to mention the product. They don't want a full-fledged video. And that's really important, that when you're writing your invoice or you're putting your contract, you put it there. What is the job? When you put job, you put it there. An inclusion. So they don't expect a 5-minute expose on how great their toothbrush is. No. So those are just one of things that I know that a lot of YouTubers, like smaller YouTubers, it's like an oversight. Once you receive that email, you're so excited, just tell them how much you want to charge, the PayPal, you end of discussion. No. I think I'm a very peaceful person. If that scenario can happen to me, and I know that you probably still other people to actually experience even worse, you need a contract, okay? You don't just need a contract, you need to be able to understand the terms of contract. So, you know, do your research, go online, look at sample contracts, and formulate one for yourself. Don't plagiarize, just formulate one for yourself that matches what you need as the kind of, you know, influencer that you are. So yeah, that's all for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed my little sit down chit chat. Let me know your experiences below, what you suggest as well as a YouTuber, that you are a YouTuber, like what you suggest that other YouTubers do, or if you're even a non-YouTuber, what would you think that maybe just have some experience, what do you think that people should implement? Or if you've ever experienced anything like this, let me know your experiences down below. I'll definitely love to hear from you. Until next time, stay blessed. Okay, bye.